Hi everyone. We are a team of three. I am Sai Lohit. I have my friends Haider Wali and Safia who are contributing this to this product. So imagine if you had a code base with hundreds of files, thousands of lines, complex dependencies, everything tangled up, and one small change, and suddenly your app breaks, and it should be chaos. We solved this by building ReasonOS, a platform built for this purpose using tree-sitter parsing, Neo4j graph databases, and Pinecone vector indexing. And we also use Docker containers and Azure cloud services. We are fortunate enough that Microsoft is sponsoring for this event, in particularly providing credits to deploy our applications. It was very much friendly, and we also thank tech.domains for producing the domain. We actually hosted this on a platform using tech.domains. It was reason os dot tech. I thought this was the thing. ReasonOS dot tech, and it should be, yeah. So it's working. We actually deployed on ReasonOS.tech with a security feature added with S, but this is a local version of the same thing deployed on Azure. This is Azure version, and we actually also have a local version which is actually independent of everything, which works on the local host. So we're fortunate enough that Microsoft is actually sponsoring for this event, and we actually got an opportunity to do host across the platforms. So this framework is coming with 5 layers. The layer one is semantic code graph, as I've just told. You have a disconnected, confusing code base where functions call each other is unseen. We solve that by building a semantic code graph build. And then we have something called hallucination detector. It's a second layer. So it's a AI generating code that looked right, but with full of errors, hallucinations that caused outages. In today's world, vibe coding has become a very big uh, market, you can say, because many end-to-end users who actually trust on AI and using these AI models and paying for them is not um, is not verified with productivity, because software engineers who have knowledge on things what's happening inside the code base can understand the low level architecture that some things are impossible, but impossible at least in the eyes of AI, that AI is hallucinating something and it is actually producing the answer with hallucination, and it is actually projecting everything as a possible outcome, that it would be definitely possible but not with a clear structure and plan, and it will go ahead and execute the things and you will not be getting a relevant output. In that case, it should be a problem. So there should be someone in the uh, human in the loop to verify the hallucinations that it is taking for. So we solve that with our hallucination detector powered by Claude and Python analyzers. So it checks every change, stopping hallucinated code before it causes trouble. And the layer three, where we deploy a policy engine in this framework and ReasonOS. So we solve uh, if you have a critical business where rules are missing, risky challenges slipping through, no governance, it should be a risky uh, take. So we solve this via our policy engine using YAML policies and open policy agent framework backed by Postgres. PostgreSQL. So it enforces your company's rules automatically that requires approvals when needed, ensuring compliance every step of this way. And the layer four, it's a sandbox executor. Let's say you have already worked on unit tests cases for your product, causing production crashes, no safety net to catch failures early. So we solve that by running every change in a sandbox powered by Docker and Kubernetes. Um, so all the updates are safely tested with no downtime. The final layer, the audit logger. So when you have no clear record of what was changed, who approved it, or when, so we solve that with a transparent audit logger built with Azure Cosmos DB, Kafka, and Elasticsearch. It records every action, making your software fully auditable, accountable, and reversible. It comes with a Slack notification agent where there might be some actions where it should be approved by a DevOps engineer or a release engineer who is working on the product. So he must get a notification that AI is trying when let's say when the Jenkins build is happening and something in the pipeline is broken and the AI agent gets triggered and it actually puts some commands related to Kubernetes to auto scale or something else to turn off the engine. It might be causing it billions and billions of dollars in revenue loss. So when some hallucination happens, that AI breaks something in the pipeline and the business interrupts. So when some critical actions when taking across the production environment, there should be a human in the loop where they get a notification from this and they can actually come in and place how it works. So this is how we have actually worked on this. The front end is completely developed on React and White.js and with using Tailwind CSS for styling. So getting started, you can actually put a local repository link. Let's say uh, this project in this case, let me give some other project, my local. So I give this as a repository link to my framework. It's one of the first layer that we are checking right now. So I analyze the repository. It creates what are the number of files, functions, dependencies, and time taken to fetch that information. And this natural language query, there is an option to download the control flow graph of the entire code base of QA proxy. That will be given as an input to this natural language query where it can be considered as an input and you can actually ask the we are using Gemini at this place where it acts as an LLM, generative AI LLM, to see what from the control flow graph, what might be the better input at this case, or what might be the better action that at this case when you need to take some action that is responsible to do this job. So this is how we have structured. We'll be integrating all the APIs across this framework and we'll be deploying this for a B2B enterprise systems. So every part of it is a microservice where you can individually fine tune the microservice and deploy for a business in specific use case. And you can also deploy it as a monolithic application, the whole framework working hand on hand as a workflow. Um, it was a great experience in this hackathon. We learned a lot and we also built a lot. I thank the committee for giving this opportunity. Thank you.